Hey, welcome back to Puyallup Home Pros, the podcast for the current and future homeowner. So, for you future homeowners, something I field more often, probably more often than the question of how's the market doing, is how can I afford to buy a house? How is this possible? A lot of people come to me with bewilderment. How much do I need to make per year? And of course, there's a lot of variables like your credit score, your current debts, your actual income. But I want you to know there's hope out there. There are a lot of programs that can help every future homeowner. And that might be working on your debt, might be working on your credit score, but it might just be come and take my homebuyer class, because this class prepares you and qualifies you for many down payment assistance programs, even if you don't need any of the down payment assistance programs. Maybe it's just getting a little head start, a little peace of mind, some time to talk and ask honest questions with a lender and a real estate agent with no strings attached. I teach these nearly monthly, and so please keep track on my social media or just reach out and let me know, hey, when is your next class coming up? And then I can tell you right away, because this podcast is going to be up here for years. And so I can't promise you, hey, it's next weekend, but it probably is very soon, either Zoom or local here in Puyallup. So for the Puyallup homeowner, the future Puyallup homeowner, you want to live here, you want to live nearby, you want to be near your family. How can you afford the Puyallup prices? I can probably find a way. There's probably a program that's out there for you. Let's talk. Let me introduce you to a lender. Let's look around at the different programs and see what we can do. Plus, Puyallup has a lot of gems. Puyallup has a lot of undiscovered properties that are just sitting out there, and maybe they're not even for sale right now. But maybe they would be. Maybe they would be if we asked. There are lots of people out there with either very low interest rates or they've held on to their home since 1982. And I think a lot of more people actually own it free and clear. Would they sell if we came knocking? They might. So for the future Puyallup homeowner, let's get you into a home. Owning a home builds your net worth. It builds generational wealth. It will make your children more secure. It will make your dogs more secure to know that they have a fence and they've got a safe place to live. Now, what does it do for you? Owning a home isn't for everybody. And we do navigate this with our first-time home buyer class. We cover a lot of things that actually you may wake up and say, you know what, I really don't want that. But it does come with a lot of opportunities for you as well. 5 to 10 years after owning a home, you usually have a nice amount of equity, the gap between what you paid and what the market is worth now. It is very normal within 5 to 10 years to have a fairly large gap. What can you do with that money? Well, for one thing, it's just building your net worth. For another thing, it means that when you sell, you've had this investment, a long hold investment, 10, 15, 20 years maybe, where you have watched the market grow and change, but you bought at a certain price. And so for the people who bought at $300,000 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, and that house is now $600,000, I mean, that's not a usual jump, but that is what happened. So for those of you who bought in 2019, 2018, wow, you know what you could fund with selling the house? You can fund a lot of things. Can you fund your retirement dreams? Can you fund something else? Maybe it's time to use that money for investment. So future homeowner, buy one home now, or soon as you're qualified, as soon as you're comfortable doing so. And then 5 to 10 years, leverage it into something else. Maybe rent it out to friends or family and buy the next thing that you need, or just stay there and use that equity for a home equity line of credit, for other investments, and start sowing into your own family and your own community. Being a homeowner unlocks a lot of things for you and the generations after you. So come be a homeowner. When is my next first-time homebuyer class? Well, it's coming up soon, and I really should stop calling it that. It should be called a homebuyer workshop. It is very interactive. It's fun. The day goes by very quickly, and you walk away knowing, this is not as hard as I thought. It's not as mystical as I thought. I've got a lot more tools in my pocket, and I'm usually more prepared. That's what I hear a lot. If you come to one of my workshops, you will leave saying, I am closer than I thought. Multiple times I have helped home buyers get into their first home between 6 and 8 weeks after my workshop. What if that's for you? So what do you think? All right, Puyallup homeowners and future Puyallup homeowners. This is Puyallup Home Pros. I'm Nikki Robbs, and let's get you home.